I was raised on hard roads and harder nights, where a man learns quick to hide what he fights. I kept my pain in the back of my throat, smiled through the hurt, never letting it show. The world kept spinning while I stood still, carrying old regrets like a weight to kill. But every scar I wear has a story to tell, how I got lost in the dark, then fought my way back well. And I don't need a crowd to prove my worth. I've got a fire that was buried under dirt. I found my voice in the quiet rain. Now I know the silence can sharpen the flame. I end in silence, but I rise in strength. One more mile, one more breath. I walk alone, but I don't break. Every wrong turn taught me what it takes. I may be quiet, but I'm not weak. I end in silence, rising strength. I left behind the smoke and the empty cheers, the friends who only stayed for the wasted years. I learned that peace is not found in the noise. It's in the man who chooses, not in the crowd's voice. So I cut the chain and I took the road, with my heart still hurt but my spirit rose. Now I build my life with a calmer hand. One hard lesson at a time, I became a better man. And I don't need applause to carry on. I was built from the night I was made to be strong. Every shadow I faced, every loss I knew, was the soil where my stronger self grew. I end in silence, but I rise in strength. One more mile, one more breath. I walk alone, but I don't break. Every wrong turn taught me what it takes. I may be quiet, but I'm not weak. I end in silence, rising strength. If you're walking through the dark with a tired soul, take what broke you and learn to control. The man you become is forged in the pain, not in the thunder, but the steady rain. I end in silence, but I rise in strength. Through every failure, through every ache, I walk alone, but I don't break. Every scar reminds me what it takes. I may be quiet, but I'm not weak. I end in still I hear my name, not as a loser, not as shame, but as a man who chose the road and carried his soul instead of his load. I used to talk before I ever knew what a man should care, what a man should do. I wore my pride like a cheap blue suit, but it tore apart when I stood in the truth. Every failure left a mark on me, every wrong road taught what not to be. So I kept my mouth closed, kept my eyes on the line, and learned that strength takes time. There's power in the quiet place where a broken man learns to change his face. I stopped chasing the world's loud praise and found my way in the silent days. I'm the man who learned in silence, from the pain, from the loss, from the violence. I don't need to shout to prove I'm strong. I let my steady steps sing my song. Every wound became a lesson I could use. I'm the man who learned in silence and grew. I saw fools burn bright and fade away, built on noise that didn't last a day. So I chose a road that's slow and true, with a little more heart and a little less doom. Now I wake with the sun and I do the work. I know the weight of sweat, I know the worth. I don't talk much, but I move with fire, built from the ashes of my own desire. The quiet taught me how to stand, how to build my life with my own two hands. What I lost became what I know. Silence is where the strongest grow. I'm the man who learned in silence, from the pain, from the loss, from the violence. I don't need to shout to prove I'm strong. I let my steady steps sing my song. Every wound became a lesson I could use. I'm a man who learned in silence and grew. Lord, if your heart is heavy and your road feels long, let the dark teach you where you belong. You don't become strong by never falling down. You become strong by getting back up and holding your ground. I'm the man who learned in silence, turn regret into discipline and guidance. I don't need to shout to prove I'm strong. I let my steady steps sing my song. Every wound became a lesson I could use. I'm the man who learned in silence and grew. So I walk on quiet, but I walk with pride. with the truth as my lantern and my strength inside. I learned in silence, and that's why I can face the dark and still hold my head high. I spend too many nights trying to fit their frame, laughing at the wrong thing just to share their game, bending every line, shrinking every dream, thinking their approval was the price to be seen. But the louder they got, the smaller I felt, like I was losing myself just to help them excel. So I walked out the door with my head held high and let the fake world fade behind. I don't need a table where I'm never enough. I don't need a place where I have to act up. I'd rather be alone with a steady soul than be owned by the crowd and lose control. I choose my name, I won't trade my word for their game. I may walk alone, but I walk strong. No more begging to watch them smile while they judge my way, then turn their backs when my light went gray. I learned real respect doesn't ask me to kneel. It meets me in truth and keeps it real. Now I build my life on a different ground, where the right kind of people still come around. No fake applause, no empty charm, just honest hands and a steady heart. I don't need their gold if it costs my peace. I don't need their noise if it changed me. I'd rather be poor in their eyes and free than rich in approval and lost to me. No more begging to belong, no more singing a borrowed song. If I must choose, I choose my name. I won't trade my word for their game. I may walk alone, but I walk strong. No more begging to belong. Walk away from the rooms that drain your fire, from the circles built on shame and desire. The right path may be lonely at first, but self-respect is the strongest bird. No more begging to belong, no more hiding where I never belonged. I stand alone and I stand clean. I know the man I was meant to be. I may walk alone, but I walk strong. No more begging to belong. Let them talk, let them stare. I've got a life I can finally wear. No more begging, no more disguise. I found my strength when I chose my. I've been down roads that don't lead home, carried heavy dust in a colder tone, lost my way in the middle of the night, thought I was done, thought I'd lost the fight. But every mile kept teaching me that a wounded heart can still be free. You don't need perfect to stand up tall, you just need courage when you fall. So I left the fear where it used to live, took back the years that I still could give. Now every step, every breath I take feels like a promise I refuse to break. I walk alone, stay unbroken, with a quiet fire that keeps me open. No more chains, no more shame. I'm the man who still stands after pain. The road is long, but I'm not done. I walk alone, stay unbroken. I used to chase the easy life, things that burned out before the night. But I learned that strength is slow, built in the places few will go. Now I wake up early, face the day, let my work and my discipline lead the way. The same hands that once held down now build a life I can't live without. Every scar became a sign that the darkest storms don't own my mind. I'm not the boy that I left behind, I'm a stronger man with a steadier spine. I walk alone, stay unbroken, with a quiet fire that keeps me open. No more chains, no more shame. I'm the man who still stands after pain. The road is long, but I'm not done. I walk alone, stay unbroken. If you're out there with your head bowed low, know the strongest men are the ones who grow, not by never losing, not by never crying, but by rising again when the world says dying. I walk alone, stay unbroken, with a heart that's healed and words unspoken. No more chains, no more shame. I rise again through the fire and rain. The road is long, but I'm not done. I walk alone, stay unbroken. Quiet steps on a broken street, stronger soul beneath my feet. I walk alone, I walk free, and that's enough to carry me. woke up with the weight of my own mistakes, a heart full of regret and a head that aches. Had no map, no plan, no place to hide, just a broken past and a stubborn pride. The floor's cold, the room was bare, but something in me said stay right there. Rock bottom wasn't the end of me, it was the place I learned to see. I heard the night say, boy, get up. Your life can change if you choose enough. Every small step is a stronger start. Every hard truth can rebuild your heart. From rock bottom to the road ahead, I'm building a life with the life I got left. One day at a time, one breath, one fight, turning my darkness into light. I'm done with the man that regret once failed. I'm walking from rock bottom to the road ahead. I cut the noise, I cut the lies, stopped chasing highs that only drained my mind. Put down the things that made me weak, picked up the habits that made me see. Early mornings, quiet work, learning the value of sweat and hurt. Now every mile feels new to me, like I'm becoming who I'm meant to be. I don't need perfect, I just need truth, a steady road and a better view. Every failure taught me what not to do. Now I'm walking forward, built from the bruise. From rock bottom to the road ahead, I'm building a life with the life I've got left. One day at a time, one breath, one fight, turning my darkness into light. I'm done with the man that regret once failed. I'm walking from rock bottom to the road ahead. Drop down there and you think you're lost. No, every strong man was once cut across. The way back starts when you decide to stand your ground and keep your pride. No more waiting for a perfect day, no more letting your future slip away. Start where you are with what you have. The road ahead is built from the path you grade. From rock bottom to the road ahead, we're building a life with the life we got left. One day at a time, one breath, one fight, turning our darkness into light. We're done with the man that regret once failed. We're walking from rock bottom to the road ahead. The past can stay where it belongs. I found my strength in the place things went wrong. Now I keep walking, steady and free. Rock bottom made a stronger me. I don't talk much about the pain. Some things don't need a name. I wore my wounds like dusty boots, kept on walking, chasing truth. The nights were long, the road was cold, but I learned silence can be bold. When the world kept asking what went wrong, I just kept moving, getting strong. There were days I nearly broke, days I lived inside the smoke, but every scar became a light, pulling me through the darkest night. No words, just a stronger soul, built truth I'll always know. I left behind the need to prove. Now I move with a steadier groove. Let's talk more truth in my hands, building dreams the hard way can. Every cut, every bruise, every bend taught me how to start again. I don't need the crowd to see what the hard road made of me. I was buried by my shame, now I rise without a name. No more begging to be heard, my life speaks louder than my words. No words, just a stronger soul, built from fire and a broken road. I don't need to explain my past, I'm still standing, I'm healing fast. What I lost, I gave to the storm. What came back made my heart feel warm. No words, just a stronger soul. That's the truth I'll always know. If you've been silent like I was, if you've been hurt and lost your trust, know the quiet ones can rise with thunder hiding in their eyes. No words, just a stronger soul, built from fire and a broken road. I don't need to explain my past, I'm still standing, I'm healing fast. What I lost, I gave to the storm. What came back made my heart feel warm. No words, just a stronger soul, and that strength is mine to hold. No words now, I just move on. The weakness left, the strength lives on. No words, just a stronger soul. That's the road that made me whole. I've been through the storm and I've been through the fire. I watched my own dreams burn down in the wire. I lost a few battles I thought I would win, but I found my way back to myself again. The house got quiet, the nights ran long, but I learned how to survive on a broken song. When nobody called and nobody came, I kept my head up through the shame. I don't need a crowd to know I got strength they'll never see grow. In the silence, in the dust, that's where I found what I could trust. Still standing in the silence, still healing from the violence, still carrying the marks of the fight, but I'm walking toward a better life. No applause, no shining crowd, just a steady heart and a soul unbowed, still standing in the silence. To make me proud. I used to chase a louder day, thought the noise could lead the way, but every empty cheer faded fast. Only truth is built to last. Now I rise with the morning light, Every scar reminds me why I learned to live instead of just survive. There's a strength in being still, a quiet will, a heart of steel. No need to shout, no need to prove. The deepest cuts can still improve. Still standing in the silence, still healing from the violence, still carrying the marks of the fight, but I'm walking toward a better life. No applause, no shining crowd, just a steady heart and a soul unbound, still standing in the silence, and that's enough to make me proud. If the world forgets your name, let your spirit stay the same. Even broken things can rise with the fire behind their eyes. Still standing in the silence, still healing from the violence, still carrying the marks of the fight, but I'm walking toward a better life. No applause, no shining crowd, just a steady heart and a soul unbound, still standing in the silence, and that's enough to make me proud. No big speech, no perfect line, just a life that's finally mine.